Coming up on Mount News this morning, one eastern Kentucky community is left reeling after the historic flood devastates a much-needed grocery store. And the city of Hazard asks for your help in the cleanup of local neighborhoods and other areas.
Dedicated to eastern and southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News this morning.
Good morning to you. The 6:30 half hour snuck up on me. I was not paying attention, and my director said, "Here we go." And I said, "Oh, I guess I have to read." Good morning to you. I'm Dakota Makris. It's Thursday. Thank you for joining us, and let's take it over to Brandon this morning for a look at our forecast. Brandon, good morning to you, sir. How are you doing this morning?
Good morning. I'm hanging in there.
Yeah.
It's been a long few days, and again, nothing compared to what people out there are dealing with, especially those folks who have lost homes and those who've lost lives. So it's just, again, a bad situation across our region 1 week out. It's hard to believe that. Let's get into your forecast today. Hopefully I can give you some good news, at least briefly. Let's take a look at the last few hours, and you see the rain, and you're probably getting a little bit nervous, but watch it fizzle out as it got closer to the border. And we're hoping most of that does that today, but we do have more rain chances in our future, and I'm going to sugarcoat that for you. Mountain Parkway near Wolfe County, Powell County line this morning at Slade. Not looking too bad, looking actually kind of clear up that way this morning. Temperature's been on the cooler side, but there's a huge swing between Southwest Virginia, where Clintwood and Wise is at 61, and places like Moorhead and Wayne and Prestonsburg and Somerset, who are in the low 70s this morning. So again, keep an eye on those. Dew points kind of stable out there, 60s and 70s for the most part as you get to the first part of your day. A little bit muggy in spots, otherwise not too bad. 88 this afternoon for the rain chances come back into play, and they will, and we'll see temperatures drop into the low 70s as rain chances continue, at least early heading into the nighttime hours. Full forecast in the way in just a little bit. Dakota?
All right, Brandon, thank you. Well, today makes 1 week since many eastern Kentucky families were startled in the early morning hours by rushing floodwaters. Now, many families in hard-hit areas like Breathitt County are left to pick up what's left and rebuild following the devastation. Everything Nolan and Tasha Harold owned either washed away or was destroyed, and they are staying with family members. Nolan says he is experiencing a helplessness he has never felt before, while Tasha is clinging to the knowledge her family is still intact.
My mind's just, my head's not right, you know, trying to figure out what to do, worrying about my babies. And I'm off from work. I had a heart cath a week ago yesterday, so I can't even go in my house to clean it. I can't lift nothing.
We have lost, but at least our families are here and still alive, and my heart goes out to the ones who have lost their families.
Yeah. I've lost
like
friends, but no family, luckily.
I don't think I can make it through it.
Samaritan's Purse is looking for volunteers to help with cleanup in Breathitt County. Volunteer orientations will be happening every day this week, twice a day at 7:30 a.m. and 12:30 p.m. Many flood survivors say they do not want to move again after finding shelter within the Wolfe County School District. People staying at Campton Elementary say the Red Cross did not give them enough notice about the moving to West Liberty, and we're told they could not stay with their pets. Well, a Red Cross official says the animals can come but have to be housed separately. One survivor says in many cases these pets are helping with emotional support.
What's it going to do to animals? What's it going to do to us? I think personally we've all been through enough and can't take no more. We can't take no more.
The people at the makeshift shelter also say they're concerned about being moved further away from their homes in Jackson, saying that will make recovering that much harder. Knott County was one of the most hard-hit counties during the flooding. It has not only seen immense destruction from the flooding, but also endured great loss. At least 17 people were killed in Knott County alone. But help is being organized for the county in central Kentucky who grew up in the same streets that were flooded. Amber Philpott has the story.
Before the waters receded, Hindman in Knott County was virtually unrecognizable.
I just couldn't believe it was my town.
Last week, Cassie Moses woke up to the news much of eastern Kentucky had flooded, and 137 miles away, her beloved Hindman was underwater.
The water came down Main Street, the one street in Hindman, so high that it busted out the windows in the businesses and just destroyed them.
Moses, who lives in Cynthiana, now calls it her second home, but Knott County is where her heart remains. One of the places that saw damage, the Hyman Settlement School. The historic beacon of education in the mountains is a place Moses knows well. Her late father, Mike Mullins, was the director there. One of the buildings is named after him.
I grew up on that campus. It wasn't just where my dad worked. Like, I got off the bus there every day after school. I consider the Hyman Settlement School as my home.
Moses knew she needed to help. She started immediately gathering supplies.
People were like, can I send you money? Can I do this? And so I was like, I'm gonna pack my minivan full of food and water to get to the settlement school because people were coming there to stay who were homeless.
She also saw some of her Central Kentucky friends pack up and head east this past weekend, driving straight for the settlement school to help clean up.
And I just thought maybe people would help me buy like some water. Well, it just escalated and it blew my mind.
Moses has now seen her second hometown of Cynthiana jump on board. It's a place that knows flooding all too well. Donations are being collected in this old school bus, hoping to fill it with the essential items like water, cleaning supplies, and baby wipes. For Moses, her heart is heavy for her beloved Hyman, but it's what she sees in complete strangers doing for a region she loves that lifts it again.
What it all comes down to is we're all just humans and we need to help each other. And that's what people are doing.
That was Amber Philpott reporting. Moses is just one of the many Eastern Kentucky natives who are providing much needed help, even if they are far from home. Well, a beloved grocery store in Letcher County was destroyed in last week's flood. The owner of the Isom IGA, Quinn Christian, has owned the store for more than 20 years. It's the only full-service grocery store in the city. The next closest one is several miles away.
I do think that this end of the county needs a grocery store, because from this part here to the Prairie County line on Highway 7 is 25 miles, and it's, you don't have a grocery store.
Well, Christian says she doesn't know what the next move is, but that she hopes that the community can rebuild along with the store. Well, Corey Harris was born and raised in Letcher County, and now he is raising his voice for the place he calls home. The mountain musician just wrote his latest song, inspired by the resilience he has seen as his people stand together following the devastating floods that poured through Whitesburg and many other areas of our region last week. He says the song, Come Hell or High Water, is all about the determination to help even when they feel helpless.
People that have lost everything are still out here helping people, and that goes a long way. That shows people that we do want to help. People are helping.
Harris expects to have the song available for streaming soon. Well, the city of Hazard is looking for volunteers to help aid in the flood cleanup. The base for volunteer operations is at the Forum. The city is partnering with Team Rubicon Disaster Relief in this effort. There are some volunteers signed up, but more are needed to help clean up houses in other areas. Volunteers are asked to meet at the Forum every morning at 7:45.
We have created the infrastructure to take as many volunteers as we can. We are talking 50 to 100 or even more than 100 volunteers. That's what we anticipated when this started, and so that is the plan we have made.
Well, the city has a volunteer form you are asked to fill out to expedite the process. You can find that on its social media pages. City leaders also thanked Lowe's for a huge donation of shovels, buckets, brooms, and generators. Pikeville Medical Center hosted an event Wednesday evening to help raise money for flood victims throughout the region. Our Jordan Mullins has more from PMC's Flood Relief Telethon and the importance of giving back to those who may have lost everything.
Pikeville Medical Center's Flood Relief Telethon kicked off Wednesday at 7 p.m. in an effort to give back to communities devastated by last week's floods.
We understand that our care goes outside these walls. We want to be a part of our community because our people are part of this community.
Working together with WYMT and other community partners to assist in a time of need for so many.
Not just in their time of sickness, but in their time of devastation also. So we want to make sure that we're giving back to our friends and our neighbors and our family, and just like I said, our PMC family.
In just half an hour, more than $30,000 was donated. By the end of the night, donations surpassed $109,000.
This money will help with that. It will help us to help them rebuild and be able to sustain life here so that our culture here in Appalachia can continue.
but efforts to rebuild have only just begun.
Whether it be a food item, whether it be a couple dollars that you can spare, just anything to help us help our flood victims be able to rebuild. Surround them with love and let them know that Eastern Kentucky is here to support them in their time of need.
And folks still need your help. In Pikeville, Jordan Mullins, WYMT Mountain News.
Well, if you missed PMC's flood relief telethon, you can also donate at www.givepmc.com or drop off cleaning supplies and non-perishable food items at PMC locations in Pikeville, South Williamson, or Prestonsburg.
641, always good to see the region coming together, especially in times like these. Mountain strong. All right, high knob camera over at UVA-Y. A beautiful sunrise on the way there. Unfortunately, that probably won't last too long today. 63 Wise went up a couple degrees. 61 in Clintwood, 66 Harlan, Manchester, 69 in Irvine, 72 Moorhead, Wayne, Ashland, and Logan, 71 Jackson and Prestonsburg. Again, a couple degrees colder down to the south. Wise, Jonesville, and Harlan, and then a couple degrees warmer in some areas to the north and west. Moorhead 4 degrees warmer, and so is Somerset and Monticello from this time yesterday morning. Breakfast forecast, we are going to see temperatures again kind of close to 70 in some spots out there, some spots a little cooler just like it was yesterday, but overall not a bad start to the day. Later on though, heat and rain chances. Dakota?
All right, Brendan, thank you so much. And the time is 6:42. Still to come here on Mountain News this morning. President Joe Biden signs another executive order aimed at ensuring access to abortion here in the U.S.